Hello everyone, this is Adam Whitlatch.
This is Matt Becker.
And we are Madison Gaming? Madison Gaming. Alright, today we're going to do a Magic the Gathering 2013 draft on Moto, right Matt?
We are. We're going to start out with 4-3-2-2. The reason being is because we are not experts at Magic the Gathering. We've been to a couple Grand Prix, we've day 2'd a couple Grand Prix, but we're certainly not the high-end drafters. That's not the point of this. What is the point of this, Adam?
The point is to show you our brutal and awful mistakes that I'm sure we'll make throughout this, so you can learn from us, learn through us, live vicariously.
And I think one of the differences between watching us versus David Ochoa is you will see the mistakes that we make. You will be able to analyze the mistakes that we make, and you'll be able to see your own mistakes through that. So hopefully we'll give a little different flavor on drafting, things like that, but we will go ahead and get started.
Yeah, we'll hop in the queue here, and we won't make you sit through it, so we'll be right back. All right, it looks like we're about to jump in here, and here's our first pack. I think I know what we're taking right off the bat.
So let's discuss a couple cards in here before jumping into Talrand. If there wasn't a Talrand in this pack, there are still a couple of good cards here. Flint Hoofbore is excellent. Many times I've gotten an Arbor Elf and just got him in for 3 on turn 2. Avon Squire is the most aggressive white card in the set, and he does a good job early on of beating down.
Yeah, I think the unfortunate thing is, considering Talrand is going to be our pick, and I can't see why we wouldn't, we're still passing a couple of solid blue cards. They're not bad. Welkin-Turn and Windrake are both perfectly valid picks. So it's not like we're cutting off blue to start with. Things like the Ring are good. I mean, this pack has a number of good picks in it.
This pack is good. I do believe if I were the next drafter, the Squire would go second.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if they started out blue, we might be in a little bit of trouble, but there's no reason not to take Talrand here.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of have to try to build around him a bit, but blue is such a good color anyway.
All right, so speaking of building around Talrand, there's a nice instant for us, and there's a nice sorcery for us. So the question is, do you stay in your color, or do you take the color where 2 cards really stand out in this pack?
Well, I'm sure the instant you're referring to is Faith's Reward.
Close.
Close. Oh, okay.
Except that's the 8th instant in the pack that I was referring to.
Awesome. Well, I mean, I think the pick is Searing Spear. That's what I would pick. I mean, removal is always at a premium no matter what format you're in. It's a solid removal spell, and Sleep puts us pretty heavy into blue, which is fine, but Sleep just doesn't seem quite as good in M10. I don't know as though I have the experience to back up that thought, but it never felt as strong as it did in
I've
M10.
seen Sleep used a little too defensively in this set, and so I think Searing Spear is the pick, and I think red is kind of underrated in M13 at this point, so let's go for it.
Sounds good. All right.
Oh, so we're rewarded for being in blue.
Yeah, exactly.
And
is that the best sorcery in the set? Because it sure feels like it to me.
I think it's the best common or uncommon sorcery in the set.
Okay, that's fair.
Maybe next to Volcanic Geyser.
Oh, I forgot about
But
that.
at the same time, it's really, really good. And, of course, Flames of the Firebrand, which maybe is going to be our 4th pick.
Yeah, we can only hope if,
Yes.
if trends continue. But Talrand's Invocation is amazing. I mean, 4 power for 4 mana. I mean, I can't imagine a situation where you wouldn't pay that in a draft. So.
Taking a look at the other cards in the pack, Arbor Elf's okay. I really do not like Dustdale Worm in this set, just because it's so hard to get to 7.
Nope.
And then Captain's Call is also really solid. But having Divination in the same pack is helpful because we know that blue is actually somewhat open right now.
Yeah.
Well, we got rewarded with blue cards, but crappy ones.
Yeah, this pack isn't very exciting no matter who you are. I guess Crusader Vodrick's not awful if you're in white.
I do like Bloodhunter Bat quite a bit.
That's true. I mean, we're not solidly in any other colors yet. Bloodhunter Bat's probably the pick here. Unless we wanted to try to go for Mind Sculpt deck, but I don't think that's a winning strategy.
I've seen Mill win. I've rarely seen Mill win with Mind Sculpt.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I mean, it's mainly the 1/4 dude and just a solid game rather than trying to Mind Sculpt your opponent to death.
Well, that makes sense.
So I think Bloodhunter Bat's the play here.
Indeed. Hard picks to our right, apparently.
So as far as I was going to talk about the mill deck a little bit, but we got a little more red to play with. So what do you think of this pack, Adam?
That's interesting. So Chandra's Fury is obviously the first card that jumps out because it's nice to be able to kill off those tokens and random 1 toughness creatures. And, 4 to the Dome's not awful. It plays well with our Talrand. I assume Rewind is okay, but probably not great in draft. Negate is likely very playable, just like it always is. But that said, of the creatures in the pack, which are primarily in our other colors here, looking at red, I think Torchfiend is pretty reasonable. When we have played him in the past, it seemed pretty solid.
It seems fine. Chandra's Fury, I believe, is a little bit better.
Yeah, I think
in the fact that 4 to the Dome is not insignificant. So I think that's the play for now, but let's stock up on creatures soon because we have 2 and one of them's not in our color. Speaking of, so what do you think of Spelltwine?
I'm going to speak about Spelltwine after I double click on it and figure out exactly what it does. Exile target insert sorcery from your graveyard. I bet that's probably not very good. I mean, I assume they have to be playing 1, and then you also have to one that costs 6 mana.
So most people are playing some sort of removal.
That's fair.
And when it's for 6 mana, it really does work, but you got to get to 6 mana. I do think it's better than Dragon Hatchling at this point.
Well, yeah, I'm not too excited
because we're heavy into blue, so I think it's worth taking it and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's the general mantra that you try to go with, right? Take the rare if you don't know how well it's going to go anyway. So that's fine. Interesting. So I guess we have different cards. Encrust. Is that reasonable?
Encrust has been decent. Obviously, they have to attack once, or it has to be on one of their artifacts or rings or something like that. But, it is a halfway removal spell. And at this point, we're heavy blue. We're not going to play Hatchling. We're not going to play Captain's Call. So,
oh, sounds good. Index all the way.
Yes.
I suppose we're looking at this pack, and one of the possibilities is Sign in Blood. It's not a great thing. We're not really in black at this point. We just have the bat. Sign in Blood is probably the best card in the pack. I assume Goblin Arsonist is pretty reasonable.
Goblin Arsonist is reasonable. We don't have many low creatures. We don't have any creatures at this point. Like, taking the bat out of the equation, we don't have much. It would be a good early play. I think that's correct.
Yeah, it's got to be.
And, red is somewhat open. I think blue's a little more open, and we wield a turn.
Yeah.
So
there you go. I think it's our turn to pick up the turn.
Very nice.
Yeah, I know. That was a challenging one. Harbor Serpent, I think, all the way.
Quick note about Faith's Reward. Cards that don't do anything on their own, generally not a great play, unless you're going to 10 with the Destroy All Non-Land Permanents thing. I forget what it's called.
Yeah. I mean, in a lot of ways, Faith's Reward is going to be worse than Negate. Because all we're going to do is cancel out something of theirs. Speaking of Negate, I think it's a perfectly reasonable pick here. Courtly Provocateur, I assume, can do good things in good decks, but I don't know how we really get it working for us.
What about Reckless Brute here?
Reckless Brute, you say? I mean, that's a pretty aggressive card. Is that how our deck's shaping up? Kind of.
Yeah, we got to pick one, though.
We
I
do.
think we can get a Negate later, actually.
All right, that's fair. That's fine.
If we need it.
We'll go with you on this one.
All right. So Pillarfield Ox or Plain? No. So, Downpour seems reasonable in the right deck. We might have that deck. But again, probably not going to play it.
Yeah, let's just cut down on the blue cards going around. Speaking of pick up and negate there.
So we should listen to me from now on, right?
Yeah, that sounds like the play. Clock of Omens. I hope somebody plays it.
Last time Adam and I did this, I picked a land to pass a card to see if somebody else would play it, but
no one played the Fog.
No one played the Fog.
That's true.
So there we go. So we're already in blue and red. It's a 5-ticket card. The problem right now is that it's double black.
It is indeed double black, and also there's a murder in this pack, which makes it kind of funny that we would possibly even pick that. The other problem is that the other cards are perfectly good for our strategy. Again, Windrake and Welkin Turn are reasonable, and even Augur.
Turn to Slag is good.
Turn to Slag is great.
I would lean towards taking the removal at this point. If it was pack one, pick one, I'd say let's take Nicol Bolas and play around with it and see if we can build the deck. But at this point it's hard. I think it's either a Welkin Turn or Turn to Slag.
Yeah. I think Turn to Slag's got to be the pick, right? So we want more removal if at all possible, and I'm having trouble thinking of situations where Turn to Slag wouldn't kill something and murder would. There aren't that many things.
No, and what's interesting is all the bomb creatures have 5 toughness, so that's really an interesting thing.
Gets rid of those rings that float around there too, which we might have trouble with.
Ugh. So we're paying for not going in black right now.
Yeah.
Nighthawk is pretty gross. So the question is, take the Cathedral, have a reasonable land. Take an Encrust, take an Essence Scatter.
I don't know. I mean, again, Essence Scatter is one of those things that we could probably get one later if we really wanted one. Cathedral War just sounds more interesting to me at this point, although I'm having trouble swallowing taking that over a Vampire Nighthawk at any point.
Yeah, but we're not going to play the Nighthawk. We're going to have to do something about it when we play against it, and that's just the way it is.
I guess so. Should have gone Nico Bolas deck.
All right, so it looks like the people behind us are possibly in our colors, but we'll try to manage.
I mean, looking at this pack, the first thing that jumped out to me is Scroll Thief. I know it's probably not all that great.
Scroll Thief is not nearly as good in this set, unfortunately, but it might be what we have right now.
Yeah, I mean, the pick is definitely not like Merfolk of the Pearl Trident.
Or Goblin Battle Jester,
No. And so
I mean, the 1/3 has a reasonable butt. It can hold them off for a while, if nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. And we are short on creatures, it seems. Well, we're getting better. Turn to Slag again?
Yeah, and I think double Turn to Slag is fine.
Yeah.
We only have four cards if we pick that we're going to play that are above 5, and that's reasonable. We're not going to play Redirect very often. Chandra's Fury is fine, but I'd rather have the Turn to Slag.
These packs are all looking the same at this point.
Yes.
Negate, Rewind.
So, I mean, there's a Torch Fiend. We wanted one earlier.
Nothing else seems
White
to be...
is clearly open coming back, but, that's life.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so what do we got going on here? It looks like blue's dried up. It's basically between Wall of Fire, Canyon, and Canyon Minotaur, I guess, for us, right? Nothing else is even worth talking about. I guess Volcanic Strength, I assume, is pretty awful. It just suffers from being an aura.
It does. There's less direct removal like that in this set than most, but at the same time, some auras are good. This is good, obviously, against the heavy red player, but at the same time, Canyon Minotaur is probably just better for our deck at this point.
Yeah, 3/3 Ground Beater. Wins out our curve.
And it's nice to see a Blade Test board at this point. What is Beast Tracker still doing here? I hope the guy behind us isn't playing green-black.
Green-black would be good colors for him to be in. But yeah, Blade Test board has always been reasonable. I've always liked swinging with a 3/2 Intimidator. I really wish we could make better use of Mog Flunkies. I mean, our creatures are getting more and more numerous, so I think he's a pretty solid creature.
Yeah, and Mog Flunkies is good with Reckless Brute, but again, I mean, for the early game, would you rather have Mog Flunkies with a deck like this, or would you rather have an Encrust?
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, this game that we're going to be playing is very clearly some kind of controlling game. I guess the thing to consider is, do we want to take Essence Scatter instead to make it work better with our Talrand potentially later game?
Possibly. I guess we need... Well, I'm going to take the Encrust, and I'll tell you why in a minute as we take a Welkin Turner, Augur of Bolas here. Let's discuss this pick first.
Sure.
So we obviously have, a few sorceries. We only have 5, 6.
That doesn't work at all.
So, we're talking about 6 at this point. This at this point too. So it's okay. I think I'd rather have a Welkin Turn for the early game, or Granko's Command. Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah, Welkin Turn's fine.
It's a good creature.
There's another Encrust.
We're just doing Encrust deck here.
Which I've done before, and it's been fine.
All right, let's go for it.
You could be worse.
You could be.
Nothing like this.
Nothing at all going on.
I'd rather take the Crippling Blight here just because it does hurt us a bit with the turns and things like that, and it's certainly a playable card.
Yeah,
so.
Sure.
I think I like Negate over Kindled Fury here, just in case we run into some deck like that. Kindled Fury's fine, but...
No, I agree. I mean, we can play one Negate, maybe sideboard the other. We'll figure it out. Smelt. Yeah, why not? No one likes maximum hand sizes.
I've seen it played in draft. Then you do a fist pump.
Your whole strategy is that you don't play anything. Build up that win size.
And then what?
I don't know. Forget that sweep isn't a mechanic in this set. Isn't that one of the best mechanics ever? Sweep.
So.
Fairy invaders. I mean, I'm just jumping.
Yeah. I've seen Cleaver Riot be okay, where we don't have the deck for Cleaver Riot.
We're obviously playing the Flyers control deck.
Yeah,
anyway.
again, that's another 5-drop in our deck. We got to take note of that, but I think it's still Fairy Invaders.
Yeah. A little hard, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, that Omniscience is pretty not tempting, but the Searing Spirit...
I kind of wish we were playing white, because I would take the Arcade over Searing Spirit at this point if we were
I would
just
agree.
splashing red. But the Searing Spear is good. I don't think it's Fairy Invaders at this point. So
No, I think Searing Spear is pretty solid.
as far as this deck is concerned, is hiding the stuff we're probably not going to play.
It's shaping up pretty well.
Yeah, it's decent. Not the best I've ever seen, but
I mean, it does have 3 in crust. So
I mean, this is the number I'm worried about right now.
That's
obviously.
very true. Yeah. And so how is this set? How is M13 with respect to aggression?
It's, I would say, average. I think it's the articles I've read, it's a turn slower than Madison Restored.
Okay.
You do want to be on the play, especially with a control deck.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a base set. You need removal, you need good creatures, and you need a couple of tricks.
Okay. Yeah, not the best pack I've ever seen. I guess what's your thought on divination in this set? Is it because if it's more aggressive, you just don't have the time to sit there and draw 2 cards? Everyone wants to draw 2 cards.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of a war of attrition here.
Suppose
I
we
think
could
it's better.
rummage.
I think it's better than a 2/1 for 2. But I think it's between divination and rummaging goblin here.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't have as much experience with Rummaging Goblin. I did play it in the pre-release, which is the only M13 I've really
My
played.
problem with rummaging goblin is all this up here. If we're discarding land to it, and the fact that getting up to 5 and 6 is going to be harder. So I think I'd rather have divination at this point.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I mean, dropping a 1/1 on turn 3 isn't probably as good for us as drawing 2 cards. Oh, the old switcheroo, I see. We don't have a lot of great things to switcheroo with.
What is with white right now?
That's a
It did
good
not
question.
seem that way in the first pack, but
Us.
so we have switcheroo and Hamletback Goliath here. So I mean, the Goliath is what it is. It's a Goliath. It's
big.
yeah.
It's big.
It's a late gamer. Again, it's 7 mana. 7 mana is fairly hard in this set, especially without green.
Yeah.
So I think I'm not thrilled about switcheroo. I feel like that card could be better.
It sure does seem like it.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even have a lot of things that are worth throwing away. We don't really want to throw away our welcome turns.
But I don't think it's worth the Goliath at this point. I mean, we can get their bomb, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's potential.
So speaking of 7-drops, there are 7-drops that are just big bodies, and there are 7-drops that win you the game.
There's 7 drops that have one of the best cards ever printed attached to them. For example, remember the old Fact or Fiction?
You lose.
I win, you lose. I think we take it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the card we're building up to. Obviously, we have a controlling game early on, and then this just helps. It's not worth picking like Welcome Turn over it. Speaking of getting an Essence Scatter later, and that's the 4th pacifism we've seen now.
Yeah. We're clearly not going to be winning with our early game Flyers against that player. But I mean, Essence Scatter does what we want at this point, right? Which is slow the game down.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's all Kraken Hatchlings. Which
Yeah,
isn't
it's
the
Kraken
worst.
Hatchlings. The Water Courser's okay in the Kraken Hatchling era, but yeah, I think it's Essence Scatter.
We do not need 3 negates. We could use another Goblin
Yeah, we
Arsonist
could.
potentially.
Yeah. It's either that or Mountain. So Goblin Arsonist.
Somebody's collecting all of those Tormod's Crypts and Walls of Omen.
That's a nice card to see right now.
Wow. Surprising to see it.
Why is that there, number 1? And number 2, obviously, with our bigger sorceries, it's better. So
Yeah, Archaeomancer all the way. I don't know as though we're ever going to play 3 of those guys, but wild guess that it's not as good.
Yes, wild guess is a poor man's divination. We have divination.
Yeah.
It's either Goblin Arsonist or Volcanic Strength to the sideboard. I just don't see us being too aggressive enough for Volcanic Strength, so
No.
triple Goblin Arsonist it is. So how
Wheel
many
and deal.
5-drops do we need?
We are wheeling and dealing here.
Let's get the old Fairy Invaders.
Yeah. We'll take stock of the fact, and we'll figure it out during draft or during building.
I don't think we're going to take a second Restless Brute here.
No.
So mainly get the Captain's Call out of the white player's hands.
Yeah, the ridiculous white deck that's being built right next to us, I'm sure.
Well, let's take Silvercoat Lion away from that one. Actually, I think the better card is actually Disentomb.
Yeah, but I kind of... Yeah, so whoever's drafting white probably is better than Silvercoat Lion.
Yeah,
at this
the
point anyway.
black player with the Nighthawk wants Disentomb. So
Yeah, let's get that out of there. This is where our viewers are mocking us.
yeah, Disentomb.
Noobs.
We're making the best out of a 4-card situation, folks. We don't actually mean play Disentomb in every black deck you build.
Look at all those rares. This has to be going well. We've got all these rares. That's how the best decks are made.
5-year-old me is just...
Unbelievably excited.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Gesture away.
That might actually be played, which is the scary part in this deck, is that this deck kind of wants a Crackling Hatchling.
14th pick for the win.
That's really interesting.
This whole draft has been rather interesting, actually. I mean, I have to admit, my personal preferences are towards blue-red control decks with large creatures on the high end. So this has been going almost as well as I'd hope, but I'm sure it could have gone better.
I think that's an include for now. I think the Essence Scatter is an include for now. Turns, Divination, possibly Scroll Thief.
Yeah. Get those encrusts in there. Got a lot of really playable blue cards.
And on the red side, well, when you have 17 blue cards,
It's a little tough.
it gets a little tough just because are you really going to do a first turn Arsonist?
Yeah, I'm not really sure that's the case. I think let's put in the removal first and go from there. So turn to Slags, for example, are going to be quite good. It does kind of find itself to be unfortunate that they're double red, but...
Yeah, and I think, the Minotaur is definitely playable in our deck. So even without the Arsonist, we are at 25. We're going to put the Cathedral of War in here now, just so we don't forget it.
25, huh? So we're not too far off. We
do have 12 creatures, so I mean the things we cut are probably not
creatures. Again, switcheroo. I guess it's better now that we've got a Kraken hatchling, but I don't know. Switcheroo is pretty decent. If we get rid
I
of
think
a
I'd
Kraken
rather
hatchling in
have
return.
Switcheroo than Turn to Slag or Chandra's Fury, actually, just because of the red mana is going to be a little tough. I think if we cut a Turn to Slag, it's okay, just because we have all this. I think we need to cut 2 in here.
Gotcha.
And it might be Turn to Slag and Chandra's Fury.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to think about. So I guess I do want to put Turn to Slag up against Chandra's Fury. You actually like Chandra's Fury better than Turn to Slag?
I would cut 1 Turn to Slag and 1 Chandra's Fury,
Okay.
just so we have a
So
Turn to
both
Slag.
of them you're saying.
And the reason I thought about the Chandra's Fury is the fact that, we could just be splashing red instead of having to have a double red at some point.
Yeah, that's a fair point. And I guess the thing that still stands out to me is just Spell Twine. I haven't played with it, so when I first read it, I read something that's rather limited. But if everyone's going to be playing something, and we have so many different... I don't know, we don't have that many enchantments or anything like that.
It's not enchantments, it's sorceries.
Oh,
so
so that's what I meant, sorry. I
So
was
we
looking at
have
the
2
encrusts.
Searing Spears, we have Divination, we have Invocation, we'll have a Turn to Slag, we'll have a Switcheroo.
Yeah, I guess it's a fair number.
But yeah, I mean, it's something worth considering at this point. We could do something like cutting it in crust.
Yeah, it's kind of funny actually, because we're actually talking about cutting a Turn to Slag, but keeping both the Fairy Invaders, even though we explicitly took one of the Turn to Slags over the Fairy Invaders. Yes. It's kind of interesting how that works out. But I think we're in agreement that Chandra's Fury is probably going to go.
Correct.
So let's get that out of there. I mean, of the other things that remain, you're right that our high end is what really needs to get cut down if we ever hope to cast Sphinx of Bethune, which we do.
Yeah. So, 12 creatures at this point is few, but we do have a Talrand's Invocation. We have a Talrand itself.
And a lot of those are removal, so we're kind of equalizing the number of creatures in play in some way.
So, I mean, maybe Fairy Invaders is okay because we want the removal up in our high end to get to Sphinx, and we still have one Fairy Invaders left. The question is that at that point, how do you win?
Yeah, exactly. Especially against the 5 pacifisms that are coming our way.
Correct.
Whew, this is a tricky one. I don't know. I just always favor things that are spells that always do something, which is why Spell Twine keeps coming back to me. I know you really like it, but...
Spell Twine will probably always do something in our deck.
All right. I'll trust you on this one.
And we can side it out if it's awful, but...
That's fine. I don't know. I think I'd get rid of Switcheroo before I get rid of Turn to Slag, but Fairy Invaders I could see being worse than Switcheroo, so that's fair. I mean, Switcheroo is pretty good with our Drakes that we'd be making and stuff too, so yeah, let's get rid of that Fairy Invaders.
Okay, so we have one left, and then we... So we have 1 sorcery, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have enough for Chaomancer and Talrand. The question is, do we cut an Encrust at this point? They're really good for us early. Or do we cut the Essence Scatter because we're going to want to be casting stuff early?
Yeah, I'd say let's go ahead and get rid of that Essence Scatter. I'd hate to have to, every game, make the choice between Welkin Turn and Essence Scatter.
Yep. So we're 23. 11 creatures is worrisome. Actually, we can keep the Essence Scatter because we have
the
Cathedral.
land. Yeah, we don't need 18.
All right.
Look at us.
We're pro.
We are absolutely pro.
So, looking at what we have...
I thought you just used the suggest button and it always is right. No? Okay. I'm learning stuff every day.
So, we're talking major blue. The red isn't required early. Again, the 2 Turn to Slags is concerning.
Yeah, the problem is we have to play enough blue to have, our encrusts be active early.
So 11 to 6 springs, 10 to 6 springs to mind since we have Cathedral. Or do we cut Cathedral?
I mean, what's Cathedral doing for us? It'd be kind of neat to get in there with Kraken Hatchling, right? No. Welkin Turn's pretty reasonable with it. It's gonna...
Scroll Thieves, yeah, okay. It may not be as good as advertised. We might want to go, 11-6 without it.
Yeah, I think we should just do 11-6 without it, because I don't want to not be able to cast our other fun spells. As awesome as Cathedral sounds.
What does it say? Close. But it doesn't say we have double red, apparently.
No.
Yeah, I mean, not having blue early is going to be tough if that happens, but again, Encrust isn't so important right away, but yeah, we'll start struggling if we don't get double blues on board quickly.
Yeah. So, we're submitted, and we'll see how this turns out. We'll be back in a few minutes. And here we slowly go Moto.
Thank you, Magic Online, for your wonderful performance testing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it has to be doing something in the background, probably counting the cards out manually or something. All right. Well,
so Mundo Bizarro.
It's kind of funny. I never noticed their names. I just kind of skip over it. They're faceless zombies to me.
That's very nice of you.
I know. When people say good luck, have fun, I say screw off. No, not really. Not really. I'm mostly just wasting time before we get going. Hey, that's some spells. I don't think we can...
Oh, he smiled at us.
He did.
Which could mean many different things.
Could.
So we'll smile back.
Should have done the angry face. Yeah, we're not mulling this right.
No.
And we wait.
The Divination's a reasonable card to get at this point.
Yeah, we'll just hope.
And so, how many pacifisms do you have, sir?
Yeah. Joke's on him. We don't have any creatures for him to play them on. Yet. Let's see.
That's not a very good joke.
No, it's not.
Let's
It's an
stop on
unfortunate joke.
beginning combat.
Hey, there we go.
There we go. That's a reasonable 2-drop. Maybe he'll pacify it.
That's our hope.
So in a blue-white world, I think we attack first before
Yeah,
anything.
I think so.
What's interesting here is divination doesn't do much. Yeah, I guess it's a 7. Okay.
Yeah.
Since we played Welcome Turn on turn 2.
Yeah. If we didn't, then it would have been a bit awkward right now.
Don't stop on my turn. And go.
Go for it.
Connect 4.
Or draw 2. One of the two.
Yeah. All right. So that's a good start.
That's good. I hope he does have all the pacifisms for those drakes. And not planar cleansing, which is the name of the card.
What is he doing right now?
I have no idea. So this is a bit worrisome because he has 4 mana. Maybe he's saving it to try to kill our creature with not next snap. What's that called again?
Divine Verdict. I remembered it this time.
There you go.
So I think it's okay just to attack here. I mean, Divine Verdict on a 2-mana creature is awesome for us.
Yeah, it would be great. He's thinking.
I think he's psyching us out at this point.
He has to be. He has a hand of 6 Sarah Angels right now.
So that is really, really good for us.
That's practically ideal. I mean,
now we don't have to worry about a counterspell. We can play Talon's Invocation freely. We don't have to worry that he has planar cleansing, things like that.
no, it's just awesome. I think I'm pretty skeptical that would have been the right play in any real world. So, yeah.
But you got to think he's playing correctly. So,
Wrong order, Deck. Wrong order. Let's get in there and drop him anyway. We can always get it back with our Chaomancer, but it would have been so awesome the other way.
So,
5 mana,
he might have a sprite here at the Fairy Invaders. I think you attack into it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we could always spear it if we really felt
Yeah,
like it.
I think spearing would actually be the correct play. It wastes a turn, but he's already a turn behind.
Mm-hmm. No, it looks...
Yeah, it looks like it.
There we
So, I mean, the question is do we spear it?
I mean, I think we do, because he wasted his whole turn doing it, so us wasting our turn isn't really that bad. We're already ahead in this game. He's the one who's on the, who's on the defensive at this point.
I think I agree with you. Mainly because, we could have gotten Talrand out there and then speared it later, but at the same time, I think being aggressive at this point is just better. Plus, we do have our Chaomancer to get it back next to kill something like a Windrake. But I think it's okay to kill Windrake with one of our Drakes, etc. this turn.
Yeah, I think we really just want to get Talrand down there so we can start making more and more Drakes. It's going to be pretty cool. I do always have to take that step back and make sure I'm not just getting sucked in by what the coolest play is.
So, I mean, he could have the white pump spell here, which would be fine. Wasting it on a Drake is actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Spell Twine. Oh, and an Unsummon. Okay, that's fine.
About the best you could hope for an Unsummon.
And I think it's Talrand.
I think so too. Suppose that Spell Twine's going to be reasonable. Wonder if you said that. I think I was saying that earlier.
No, yeah, good call.
Yeah. I am pretty good at this game, so it's not surprising.
So, that's an invocation. So, getting Unsummon and Searing Spear is not too terrible here.
No, it is not. And we get a free Drake for our own buck. Alright.
And a Switcheroo.
Yeah, which will play nicely if he plays something bigger.
Yeah,
So I think Spell Twine's the play here, right? I mean,
yeah. So is it? Yeah, it's definitely Spear and Unsummon, I would believe at this point.
Yeah, I mean the other thing we could do is divinate. No, it has to be instant, right?
It could be a Talrad's Invocation. It would wait a turn, but we'd still get an Unsummon and we'd be up a dude.
Yeah, I think we're up a dude if we do that. That's a good idea.
Or his Talrad's Invocation.
I think we should just go all Drakes.
All Drakes?
All Drakes.
All Drakes.
All of the Drakes belong to us.
I'd say this is pretty good for us.
Yeah, as soon as we started that turn, people were like, "What the hell are they thinking? Why wouldn't they just make more Drakes?"
Oh, good times.
Look at all those pop-ups. Beautiful.
I have to click the other spell to cast it. All right. So we have some Drakes. This is looking pretty good for us. I don't think we should attack with Talrand.
Probably not.
And
This is where we hope he has a Sphinx of Athun as well.
no.
Maybe a couple turns. I suppose not,
Yeah.
but we could always switcheroo it.
Oh.
I feel bad now. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Mundo Bizarro.
Yeah, if you're watching, we apologize. I'm not going to give you a frowny face here because I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, as you've heard.
So, he has a Griffin Protector. We have a Turn to Slag. Or, actually, I think at this point, the Archaeomancer getting back Searing Spear is just better.
Yeah, because then we'll get a...
Yeah.
We'll have a guy on the field. It's too bad. It's too bad that we had to remove our Talrand's invocation. I want more Drakes.
We have first row problems. So, I think Archaeomancer first.
Sure.
I mean, this isn't as ideal of a game as we could have thought, you know?
Because he played spells, and they were good spells.
Yes.
What a jerk.
And we're just going to... I mean, do we attack with that? We can kill him at this point, so... 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14... Yeah, he goes to 2. I don't think 2's any different than 4.
No, not really. I mean...
Unless he wipes the board.
I still feel pretty good even if he does wipe the board.
I mean, we have Turn to Slag with Switcheroo. Yeah, but if we get in there for 2 he wipes the board, he's still at 2 versus 4.
Yeah, 4 is a big difference from 2. Yeah, let's get him in there. I mean...
And he's going to block with the Drake, but at the same time, I mean, we're not doing much other than Turn to Slag, and he's not going to create enough flyers to stop us, so...
Sure. His next play is Forest, and he's got 3 Fogs in hand. Our plan would be completely foiled by that turn of events. You don't seem impressed.
That seems good for us for game 2, though.
that may be true.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Maybe he's holding black and he has Nicol Bolas. I don't know.
So,
He doesn't have a red either. All right.
couple of things. So he is playing blue-white.
He is. Our deck's set up pretty well against him at this point. I mean, the things we could consider are negate. We did see a number of spells from him. Been nice to counter that Talrand's invocation. He didn't seem very fast. I don't know if that's just a product of his draw or he really is top heavy.
I think one thing we have to consider is the fact that he did not put out anything that did not fly.
That's a good point.
And so things like Kraken Hatchling get worse. Things like Reckless Brute actually get better. So those are kind of things to consider here. Negate could be fine. Things like that. So
Yeah, I mean, if he's slow, then Fairy Invaders isn't bad, but I think if he's going to be going the all-flyer route, I'd probably rather have a Reckless Brute because it drops down a bit earlier. And I'm worried about replacing a 1-drop with a 5-drop.
yeah, it's either Reckless Brute or Negate. I think given the fact that we have 10 creatures now, 11's fine. Do we add another mountain or anything to counterbalance this?
That's a good question. That would leave us with 10 and 7?
10 and 7. Our stats now have us at 22 and 10. I'm not sure if that's correct.
I think 6 was fine.
Okay.
You're taking my word. That's scary.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine because we drew a God Hand.
Yeah.
So.
Well, here we go for game 2.
Ooh.
Those are some good cards.
There are no mountains in that hand. Yeah, this is an auto.
Yeah. And that's a keep, I think.
Yeah,
It's not exciting, but
I think it's actually the best we could hope for at 6.
I suppose.
I mean,
I
now
would
we
want a
have
Searing Spear, maybe.
Yeah, you're greedy.
I am very greedy. You've seen my 1-land keeps before.
Yes, I have. And you always get them, which piss me off.
Fortune favors the bold. Yeah, I mean, if he's not going to play anything, we're not going to get punished at all.
And we just drew into our curve, so
Yeah.
that's helpful.
This is a perfect pacifism target again.
We draw one more land. We're in very good shape.
Not worried about that guy. I think we even just attack into it, right?
Yep, right now.
and hope he blocks. Fear the Fiend. He does not fear the Fiend.
No, but I would fear Scroll Thief at this point.
I would too.
Especially with a slower deck like his. He could have an Invocation here, which would be great for him.
It would be quite good. I mean, at least we get to match, which is fortunate.
We are not the aggressor in this game, no matter,
How much we want to be.
yes. And I'm just hoping he doesn't play Invocation here, but it looks like he is.
3, 4.
That's actually pretty good. That could be a lot worse, and then we drew Talrand. So
I think it's Windmill Slam Talrand.
yes. Just the ideal of getting 3 Drakes next turn is worth risking. I don't even know what we're risking. Unsummon, probably.
Yeah, I suppose. It's not really great for him to have to unsummon him either. I can think of far better things I'd hope to be doing on turn 5 than unsummon their creature.
So, I mean, we're on a clock now. Obviously he's going to be using Entrancer quite a bit. Because that might be his win condition at this point. But he's got nothing. He F6 through his turn. So
it's true. And I mean, we can always shut down the Entrancer with Encrust, right?
Yes.
So we're not overly worried about
Yes.
it. But at this point, I think we just make some Drakes and...
yeah. And even if he has a negate, or rewind at this point, we still get a Drake. So
It's true. I mean, if he has negate, then maybe we can just get in there with Scroll Thief and Talrand. I guess the worry is that we'd be running right into a pump spell.
we can't get in there with. Yeah.
I mean,
now I think we hold off.
Well, now we definitely have to because he probably has a removal spell.
Yep, and I think it's next snap.
Yeah.
So we just stay where we are.
Or Divine Intervention, as the case may be.
Yep.
One day we will learn the names of the cards that we play. Today is not that day.
Divine Verdict, sir, by the way.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean.
Oh, there goes our Spell Twine, so we can't get the uber greedy. Drake Token is returned to our hand from the battlefield because Unsummon on Talrand wasn't the right play.
I guess.
I mean, that hurts, obviously.
Ouch.
We need a turn to Slag, which we have. I think right now we're okay in terms of we can double block if necessary. We have Blade Tuskboar, which gets in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not super exciting, but I don't see anything else we're going to do this turn other than Blade Tuskboar.
And it is kind of exciting in the fact that, we are okay at this point.
Guess we
Obviously,
could've-
if he has that white pump spell.
Yeah, that would be kind of unfortunate too. I guess we probably could have left red up just in case he lays a ring or something.
Yeah,
but yeah.
We can always kill it next turn, too.
We're bluffing the unsummon.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, there we go. Nice. So he's casting something before combat, which is interesting, which is Sleep. So, he's going to get in there. We're going to have to win. We're going to have to get the Drake. He's going to get in for 7, which puts us to 9. He's going to get in there for 5, which puts us to 4.
Yeah, we need to draw an answer to Sarah very quickly.
So we can encrust both of them now, just to not take where Sarah kills us.
Yeah, I think we kind of have to, right? And hope. At least buys us an extra turn.
Yeah,
Or at best buys us an extra turn.
I think that's fine. He obviously has a huge advantage here, but if we get a sorcery or something, we're in decent shape.
The only other thing we could have done is just basically given up completely. And I don't
we're
think
not
that's
going to
what
give up
we're gonna
completely.
do.
No
Yeah,
way.
Exactly.
That hurts.
That's very painful. I think a turn to Slag would be the best card.
Or that.
Switcheroo is good too.
Especially since we have a Blade Tuskboar.
Who decided that fighting is just not for him.
So, sorry about the best card we could have had, because this is better.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I enjoy being proven wrong.
Yeah. 2 target creatures. 1.
Yeah.
2. And a Drake. I think we're going to get another frowny face here.
Yeah. Well, sometimes when you're that good at the game, kind of sucks to be your opponent. But
how many Drakes do we attack with here? So we are attacking with Torch Fiend, Scroll Thief. Maybe one of the Drakes.
Yeah, I think
maybe
one of the Drakes is safe, right?
Yeah.
Because he's going to get, at most, well, unless he's got, like, erase for our pacifism or something like that.
Yeah.
But then we're kind of screwed anyway, because we're going to get in there with the Torch Fiend, so...
So, I mean, we can, if we hold just, we do 2 Drakes here, the worst he could have is the pump spell.
Mm-hmm.
Or a neck snap, which, you know, we're blocking with both anyway.
Still puts us to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that we could be a bit worried about is, like, the only things that are going to kill us at that point are things that would kill us anyway.
Yeah.
Sleep, downpour, whatever those spells are.
What about attacking with Talrand here? I mean, we don't have any...
That's interesting. So he would take an additional 2, putting him to...
Yeah, I mean, he would block with the Drake, I would assume. We get rid of the Drake that way.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I hate to throw him away.
But, you know, we've used 3 of our 7.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he shouldn't have made his own invocation so good, and then he wouldn't have to fight his own Drakes all the time.
Yeah, and that's an auto block. That's fine. And then we get to draw a card. So, jeez.
Well. That's going to be reasonable as long as we have the time to use it.
Yeah, but he only has 2 cards in his hand. So with that draw, I'm not too sure. I mean, planar cleansing is obviously fine for us with our Chaomancer, because we get back Spell Twine and just crush.
Yeah, I mean, I would be worried that he sided in something like Erase, but he didn't see our encrust deck, so I don't think.
So it's interesting here. Griffin Protector's out there. I think. So we have Sarah Angel, which, whatever. My vote is we attack with the team, mainly because if he blocks a Drake, he takes 9 and we draw a card.
Yeah, I think so. And if he has a way to deal with Sarah, we're already going to be in trouble.
No, actually, I disagree. I'm disagreeing with myself here.
Keep a Drake back?
Keep a Drake back, just because if Casey kills Sarah, plays something that gives a lot of creatures.
Yeah, let's keep a Drake back. That's fair.
So let's go ahead and do this.
I mean, I think throwing away the Torch Fiend at this point is fine.
Yeah, unless he has something amazing, yeah.
I'd rather have a card than the Torch Fiend, I think. So, yep, and he's going to let us get a card and not kill the Torch Fiend, so that's fine.
And a good card at that, too. Mainly because it saves us from more removal as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it's our Chaomancer. Well, Well can turn first, and then...
Yep.
Yeah, and he's F6, so our Chaomancer's fine. I think it's Spell Twine, just because...
It's so good.
Yeah.
I
mean, we should...
I told you, man. I'm rewriting
That card
history.
is terrible.
I'm rewriting history. I didn't say it. Okay.
So we've won match 1. I guess
managed to bumble our way through it.
Yeah, I was gonna say a decent start to this. At least, you know, we'll get the criticism, and you know, we can just say, hey, we won. Again, not the greatest players in the world, but we'll see you for match 2.
We will bumble through match 2 shortly. See you then. All right, we are back for match 2, and we're going to focus, win, and not bumble our way right through as much, and we're going to get better hands on the mole. No, we got to keep this, don't we?
Yeah, we absolutely have to keep this. I mean, we're on the play, which is a problem. Now we know the button to start the recording actually tells us whether we want to play first, so we got to be careful about that.
It's good to know. So I asked in advance, does F9 do anything in Moto? No, I don't think so.
Except it auto says yes. So if it says you want to mulligan to 6 cards, it would say yes.
Yes.
No. So I think this is a keep. We have a little bit. I think it's worth looking at his deck just to see what he's doing. This is J.A. Prescott, and he mold in 1. That's scary. He's got the black-green deck that we were afraid of. So,
yeah, we're
yeah.
gonna get batsed probably here a few times.
But I think against a greenish deck, this hand's fine.
Yeah, let's go. Let's roll. We're on a roll. Can't lose.
I mean, we have Crackling Hatchling, which was our last pick in the entire draft. How could we go wrong?
It's true. I mean, look at him. He's adorable. And that's what you should justify all of your picks by how adorable the art is.
That's why Turn to Slag is so good.
You know, it's 5 mana. It can't be good. Well, they're thinking about mulliganing. Actually, they probably just left after we were being annoying and took so long, but that's okay. That's why we're here. We're here to entertain you, or at least not annoy you while you watch this video.
Well, yeah, and we're not going to annoy you with advertisements except for this. I am Keys My Ass on Twitter, and you
are Adam Whitlatch, and that's WHITLATCH. Very important, I know.
And that's all the advertising you're going to get for today. So we're going to play a Kraken Hatchling and press F8 because that's an awesome key.
It's true.
Because there is no Force of Will in this set to give away.
Not quite. Nor misdirection, nor any pitch spells, but... Island's not the best, but at least turns on our divination, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't think we're attacking with Hatchling.
We'll put him on tilt, though.
It would.
Should have. Well, it's not a bad card to have.
I think it's still divination here.
Yeah, I think so. Good use of our mana, and we really want to draw a mountain. And we're so good at the game that we did. Magic's a game of skill.
In addition to a switcheroo with a Kraken Hatchling play.
I like this deck. Well, that's not even very good against us right now, so I'm not going to complain.
Minotaur?
Yeah, I think we're going to Minotaur here. I mean, my hope is that he...
what green has it for? We're talking about probably Bat, maybe the 4/2... Nothing that I'm too scared of at this point.
No,
so.
I mean, I kind of hope he Rancors it so we can steal it or something. Yeah, and the Minotaur's reasonable. It sure isn't quite as good as his play, I suppose, but it's pretty good.
And we're going to be jerks like this throughout.
Yeah, that's part of our...
It's part of our charm.
Charm. That's what most people say about us when they meet us. Wow, those two are charming and handsome gentlemen. Yeah, I think we block.
Yeah, I mean, I think we block with the Hatchling.
Yeah, exactly.
If he has a trick to kill the Hatchling, okay.
Yeah, so be it. Or he has nothing.
Or he has Crippling Blight, which, you know, why wouldn't you play Crippling Blight anyway? Prey Upon. All right.
Oh, that's reasonable. That's a good spell to draw, too.
I think it's a good spell in the fact that, we have Essence Scatter in case we need it. We can attack with a Minotaur. Yeah. I mean, are we on the offensive here is the question.
That's a good question. I mean, at this point, we're hoping to tempo, right? We're hoping we're either going to counter his Essence Scatter and keep the game moving forward, or we're going to play Fairy Invaders and keep flying over for more damage.
Sure.
So just knowing our hand, it's pretty good.
And even if we Essence Scatter, we can Searing Spear, so... But not right now.
We will accept your 3 damage, sir. J.A. Prescott.
And so that's an Essence Scatter. I mean, that card's pretty insane.
Yeah, that is definitely...
So what do you think about actually Searing Spear on the Centaur Courser at this point?
That's interesting, actually. We kind of want to make use of our mana as best we can. It gives us a chance to then use Turn to Slag, Switcheroo, and Fairy Invaders in subsequent turns, however combination we want, without leaving a bunch of mana out and feeling stupid for having to Searing Spear. So yeah, I like the play. Rar.
I don't think... Yeah.
I mean, Archaeomancer get back Divination wouldn't be awful.
But at the same time here, I mean, we are on the aggressive. We can't get Essence Scatter just to hold off. But we are in a good enough spot to get back like Divination or something like that. So
yeah, I just like putting ourselves ahead, I guess, is the thing. So
let's attack with the Canyon Minotaur. I think it's still Fairy Invaders at this point, just because I'm not sure that Black Green has a lot of flyers other than maybe a spider or something like that.
Yeah.
Which we could always trade for.
And let's see what he's got. 6 mana. It's a good number.
Wow.
Nothing. Wow.
And I think it's...
He's got to have removal of some kind.
So, I mean, Yeva, possibly.
Possibly.
But... I kind of like Archaeomancer getting back Essence Scatter here.
Well, now that we've got the extra land, it turns it on. I like that.
So I think first things first. I mean, if Yeva comes out, Yeva comes out. And Yeva doesn't come out. So yeah, I mean, I agree. Our Chaomancer getting back Essence Scatter is really going to be a thing here.
Yeah. I mean, we got it turned on right away.
And that's it.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Didn't even have to think about it. He didn't want to show us what he had with those.
Yeah,
cards.
and I actually want to see what he has, so let's look at game 2 here before we sideboard, which we can do fairly quickly. So Arbor Elf, I mean, it's a green-black deck. It's a green-black deck. It's got Timberpack Wolf. It's got a Walking Corpse. There's the Nighthawk because of Beast Tracker and a Dustdale Worm.
Hey, it's a green-black deck.
Yeah.
He's playing green cards. He's playing black cards. He's
got a little bit of removal. I don't think it's worth negate. I don't think it's worth another Fairy Invaders.
It didn't seem like it was even unbelievably fast, so it's not like Goblin Arsonist is doing a whole lot against him because his guys were pretty fat. I don't know.
Goblin Arsonist does something in the fact that if he goes Arbor Elf, we can safely block a 3/3 and do something with Arsonist, but
it just stops him from attacking.
I just don't like Arsonist in a deck with 6 mountains.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we're set up pretty well. We could consider negate for some of his removal, but we didn't even see that much of it, so...
It's slow.
Slow, but it's. I mean, it's
keepable.
Yeah.
I mean, we're probably going to get run over, but especially if it goes Arbor Elf here, which is hurtful. But
how dare he? How dare he?
Yeah.
I think we'll be fine. This is where he Centaur Coursers this
yes.
turn.
Centaur Cursor is actually such a good card. Oh boy. So that's a thing.
Yeah, it's a
thing. And draw a Searing Spear?
No. We got to pay for every awesome game that we have with a mediocre one. So.
And he attacks for 4.
Well, at least he means it doesn't have a big drop here. Is he gonna? Nope, he doesn't miss a land drop.
Yeah, Centaur Courser was so bad. That's pretty bad too.
It is.
We get Divinate. I mean, he won't take Divination here, will he? Yeah, he will. Yeah, I mean,
I probably would.
Yeah. I mean, he knows where he is.
That's a good draw too for him.
And that's a terrible draw for us. So.
Yep. At least next turn we can draw a blocker, drop a blocker, and then his pressure is not so great. He is at 5 mana though potentially. Nope, he doesn't care. He just wants in.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming to our house, knocking us down.
And there's a Bailoff. And we're in a bit of trouble. But, board, turn to Slag. I mean, if he doesn't play anything, we might be okay.
The best plan is hoping your opponent does nothing. I mean, he's down to 3 cards. He doesn't have infinite gas left, I hope. But those 3 cards could be even one removal spell, really.
One removal spell, we're dead.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we block the Bailoff here, kill the Courser. I mean,
don't we block the Courser?
Yeah.
No trample? Okay.
Yeah, I just worry about what he's going to play this turn, but, I mean, we can't at this point.
Throw away life, yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, our economy is life.
I was thinking Titanic Growth, and we just scooped there, but...
No, he's slow rolling us.
All right, so turn to Slag, and we have Scroll Thief-ish.
For the next turn.
I'm still not thrilled about this, but...
No. I mean, our plan is still that he has nothing to do.
Yeah.
Well,
if he's only attacking with 1, that can't be good for us. And that screams to me something like Pack Leader. Yep. Yeah, just as bad.
Yeah, we got a Chumper at least, but that's all we got.
Nope, don't need 4 mana for a Chumper. And even Sphinx next turn doesn't do a heck of a lot.
Nope.
Not sure we want to show that if we're going to lose anyway.
He already saw it from Dress.
Oh, that's right.
So.
Well,
well, let's get rid of the lands and just hope.
Yep. I mean, we can draw Searing... Nah, that... oh, okay.
Whatever.
GG.
I don't know why he played the Mind Drop there. When he could just... just hoping we had a counter or something. Whatever. Interesting. So now I'm kind of interested in those arsonists. Not that they would have helped us necessarily. Downpour's an option.
Yeah, that buys us 1 turn.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
we drew poorly.
Chandra's Fury might be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, getting rid of a Visionary and a Arbor Elf even in that game didn't seem too great.
No, especially because by that time he'd already made use of
Yeah, I think we're still good where we are.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise we're just taking out things that are... It's all side grades, it feels like. Yeah. He's thinking, though.
Yep. So that was disappointing, but you gotta lose some games sometime. The biggest mistake for us, probably this, Cathedral.
Yeah, sure seems like it. Well, we're definitely playing first. And
That's better than it could be.
Yeah,
So
I think so.
keep.
I'll go with it.
Let's not do Arbor Elf again. How about that?
Yes, please. Even better, I'll accept the Arbor Elf if it doesn't go into a Centaur Courser, but hey.
It always goes into a Centaur Courser.
Yeah, probably. There we go.
Yeah, and we're off and running.
We are.
We're at least putting together our best effort for this game.
I said we're winning. It doesn't matter. We're going to win.
Yeah,
Whatever. Whatever. He's wasting his time.
wasting his time on a blocker and
Yeah, wasting his time on card advantage and tempo.
All right.
And now we're sitting on our scatter.
Yep, we have Searing Spear in case it's necessary. Yep, you can attack.
I think we will accept the damage from his 1. Nope, he doesn't want to attack. Okay. I think we scatter it. No?
No. I mean, he could be short on land, but such is life.
All right. I suppose. He obviously just drew it.
So interesting. I think it's Invocation here, so we can Divination and then possibly scatter the next turn.
Yeah, best use of our mana.
Obviously, next turn could be a pack leader, which is a little bit of a problem.
But, I mean, we can Divination. Maybe we'll find something.
Yeah.
Still think it's best to risk it.
Risk it?
Risk it. I thought green had a lot of reach creatures in this set.
Yes, it is. It does. But
We didn't see any, really. At least I don't think we saw any.
I mean, the big one is the 4/4.
Yeah. Well, we'll
the
see.
4/4 and then the 1/2, which we're not really that worried about. So he's debating something?
Plummet.
Oh, Plummet.
That is a perfectly fine use of Plummet from my perspective.
Yeah. But he's got a... Ooh. So
Okay.
the question is here, he's got Mark of the Vampire. Do you take 3 in Spirit next turn?
Yeah.
Or, double blocking's an option, but I don't think a good one.
I think we Spirit. I mean, I think a good 2-for-1 and Divination in
Yeah.
the same turn.
Yeah. And we obviously doing it our turn because, he could have pump spells.
Yeah.
So let's see what we draw first.
Are there any 1 green pump spells? I don't think so. They got rid of Giant Growth and
Yes.
stuff like that. Okay,
So Divination and see what we have.
yeah, let's go.
And then we can just pretend we drew into it and piss him off.
Yeah. Best thing you can do is piss off your opponent.
He did not have a land drop last turn. I think it's worth attacking with Torch Fiend.
I think so too. It's a fair trade from everything I
No,
can see.
the turn 5. You're right.
Wait, what? I
It's
thought he
turn-
just missed a land. Oh, it's our turn 5.
Yeah, our turn 5. So he played a land.
This game is going quickly.
But I didn't see any artifacts in his deck either. So I don't want him to get to
Duskdale Worm.
Yeah, for example. So I think we're okay.
A good friend. Well, if he auto blocks here, which he doesn't. All right, promising.
I'd like to get the scatter online as soon as possible in case he could go swamp Nighthawk, which we can't beat, but he doesn't. So what do we got? Timberpack Wolf, which is fine. Working Corpse, which is fine. So
Yeah, I think we just...
bash in the air on the ground as well. I think
at this point we can hold out on the ground, right? Like, we don't really want to trade our Torch Fiend for his walking corpse.
which was what exactly would happen.
Yeah.
I'm worried about the amount of lands we're drawing compared to his gas in his hand, but
Yeah. basically everything at this point, except for things like Duskdale Warren or online. So.
And then we get rid of 2 lands, which is fine.
Whatever. Joke's on you.
And have him waste a turn on that. Well,
Sweet. I'm liking this.
and we just attack with the Drake, right?
Yep. We're just keep at it. This plan's working.
Yes. So far.
Told you, we're good at this. I mean, we've got a huge not lead.
Yeah. He's got another land.
I mean, at this point, I kind of want him to just draw a bunch of lands.
I don't want him to draw swamps at this point, but
Well, that's fair.
so what does he have?
Maybe a pump spell. I mean, I'm okay trading our Torch Fiend for one of his creatures and a pump spell.
Yeah.
Or it's even if it's just a pump spell for our Torch Fiend, that's fine. I mean, what we block with Minotaur.
Yeah.
I think he has to show us 2 tricks basically, otherwise he's not going to come out.
Yeah, they don't have a green pump spell, instant pump spell across the board, which is what you really worry about. So I think, trade the Torch Fiend with Timberpack Wolf. I'd rather, see the Timberpack Wolf die.
Yep. And then Minotaur on the Walking Corpse. Yeah, I like it.
And if he has Titanic Growth to kill
Either of them.
And now we're going to look like fools, one way or another. What do you got, my friend?
Let's go J.A. Prescott.
Yeah, more than a...
What the heck?
I
think we forgot something.
Oh, it's I know what it is. Public execution. Yep.
That's
and
pretty
to
brutal.
kill our guys. Yeah.
So
kill one guy.
Kill one guy. Yeah.
But that's okay. We have fairy invaders.
I mean, that's going to happen either way if he plays.
Yeah.
That's the best we could hope for.
Yeah, I agree.
So why didn't he kill the Minotaur with that and then give -2 to the others?
Because he wants to survive.
No. All right. Suppose.
I think turn to slag's not necessary right now.
I don't believe so. Let's just get in there for 3 and.
I say we get in there for 6. We're ahead.
6, 2. Yeah, you're right. The math is in our favor.
I mean, if he casts a creature, we have turn to slag, we have Essence Scatter. I think I'd rather slag just because of Duskdale Worm.
Yeah.
If he plays something.
I would think so. He's leaving back his guy. Either he doesn't care about him anymore or he really wants that mana, but it looks like he probably wants the mana. I assume he's pretty starved at this point.
Oh, if he plays a creature, that's great for us.
Oh, amazing tempo for us here. Yeah.
Well, why do we keep up mana, dude?
I would say it's pretty odd. You are observant.
When is Kraken Hatchling the best card you could draw? Right now.
When your opponent has 3 piddly little creatures.
We obviously get in there. Even the new overrun doesn't get us right now. So.
No. Yeah. I mean, come on, J.A. Prescott. It's just 2 of us versus you. We have to at least equal 1 person. I don't know. I might count like -0.5 or something at this point.
Yeah, Spell Twine is a terrible card.
That's what you said. I can't believe it. I'm telling you. Told you. We haven't drawn it at all. What a terrible card.
Have no murder, obviously no double black. Yeah, understood. And he's going to show us the murder. So, yeah. Getting lucky is better than being good at times, and obviously there was luck that played a role in that round.
Yeah. So we got a while. The other people have only made it through 1 game so far, but yeah, how do you think that game went?
I still think we could play better across the board.
Sure does feel like it.
I think what's good about this is that we're realizing our mistakes. We're pointing them out, and hopefully that will make us better over time. But at least maybe you can just laugh at us and be entertained.
Hopefully at least entertained, because I mean we are finding our mistakes. It's usually like 1 second before clicking around and discovering what we should be doing as we go. But that's fine. We have day jobs. We come to do this, after hours for fun. So hopefully you're getting something out of it. But
yep, and we'll come back and see you in round 3.
Indeed. See you then. All right, we're back for round 3, and I have to admit we peaked at our opponent, and we're not overjoyed.
No, we are not. Elcira has the nice big green deck with actual removal and pacifisms and things like that.
And
was it he white? I've already forgotten.
Yeah, it was green-black, but it was all those spiders that we saw, and Garrick's pack leaders.
Yes.
So it's not going to be exciting. I'd be liked if our game would start, though.
Yeah, we'll start in a minute here, but again, we can beat spiders. We have things like switcheroo. We have things turn to slags, and we can just have a bunch of flutt and overwhelm them at some point.
Yeah, we just hope that the quality of our cards will eventually overwhelm them. We've got lots of good synergies, and our deck surprised us at this point.
And we haven't played a Sphinx yet, so
We have not played a Sphinx.
we're not going to get better than that.
I struggle to think of a hand that would be better, actually. Yeah, I'm not going to hit F9 right now.
So, he mulls to 6 on the play and mulls to 5 on the play. So, that's helpful.
Yeah, it's a guy.
Yeah, it's a guy. We can encrust it if necessary if he spends all his mana on that. Which is possible given where he is right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to avoid getting overly cocky this game because I really don't want to lose it.
Yeah, and we certainly could, so.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, might as well lead off. I mean, we could lead off with a mountain if we wanted. He's probably looked at our deck anyway, so it's not a big deal.
And he's a slower player. He might be double tabling or just cursing at his computer screen right now.
Sure. The old double table 4-3-2 or 4-3-1-1 GQs, huh?
It's 4-3-2-2.
2-2.
Be fair.
All right.
We're playing for a whole pack here,
It's very
ladies
important.
and gentlemen.
Okay.
So, does he swing for 1? No, he does not. So he doesn't have much.
Yeah, more removal coming our way.
I think we encrust next turn.
Yeah, I think so. We are flush with removal.
Yeah, I mean, he can attack us once for 2, but at least it's not, like, insane.
Yeah, he's probably just going to sit there anyway, so.
So, especially because we're behind on mana right now,
Yeah.
we don't want this to get too out of hand. I mean, the way we lose here is, we don't draw another land, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or he draws land and spider.
Not
I'm
ideal.
okay with discarding
Switcheroo?
Yeah.
Do that or encrust, I think.
I think encrust is fine, just for the fact that the spiders don't really do anything. Encrust doesn't do anything against the cards we need it to, which are the spiders.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The advantage of discarding Switcheroo is that later we can potentially get it with Spell Twine,
yeah.
but I think we got better things to do with Spell Twine. Land. Yeah, we're good. Okay.
Again, we're good at this game because we draw well.
Mm-hmm. We just built our deck to properly function. That's all we had to do. How hard is that?
Exalted hurts a little.
Yeah.
I don't think we're blocking the rats here, though.
No.
I think spearing the servant is fine.
Yeah. I mean, Servant of Nephirox is a reasonable card, I suppose, but I assume Exalted is just not as good in this as it was, originally. Exalted's a pretty solid ability card.
Yeah, it's pretty good in this. The white-black deck is obviously better than green-black for it, but it's good enough.
Yeah. I mean, of the Exalted cards, I assume Servant isn't the best of them.
No, he's solid, but obviously the 2/1 knights that have protection are much better.
Yeah.
And now we wait.
We wait.
We wait for him to take his other turn and not press F8, apparently.
That's right. Maybe he's still just on tilt or something like that.
Sure.
Or playing another table.
Yeah. One thing to note here is that when we calculate life, things like that, we do have to worry about the fact that he can always attack for 2 in the end.
It's true.
So I think it's Searing Spear here while he is tapped out, and then attack.
Yeah, no, that seems reasonable. That's probably worth pointing out. One of the things we did see was he had double Titanic growth.
Yes.
So.
Which could be interesting in a endgame situation if we're thinking about what he could do.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we're getting as much land as he is at this point, but he has the same amount of cards. So, but we have 2 guys.
Yep. I think we're still up a bit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the biggest card for him right now is the spider. And we have that for it, so we play
nice.
on.
I mean, we're just in the hovering powder. Let's keep bashing, and he's the one who's on the. He's got the, he's the one on the dime here. He's got to do something. The onus is on him. I think that's what I was trying to get out there. There's a bunch of words in the English language. Not all of them are easy, especially those 4-letter ones.
So I let him attack for 1 here.
I know he's just saving up to pump that Chronometon one last time. That's what it's good for.
Yeah. I mean, it's something to switcheroo later, rather than a Drake.
Yeah, I'd still rather just leave Searing Spear and Essence Scatter up.
Plummet is fine.
Yeah.
I even at this point in the game, I'd rather him waste a card on Plummet than a lot of other things.
Yeah.
And plus, if he plays a flyer, then our Spell Twine comes online.
No, seems reasonable.
He's going to play something like a spider here. Obvious Essence Scatter here.
Yes. That is a beastie.
Yeah, and he very well could have another one. But that's the way it rolls.
Sweet. It crumbles. We'll just hope to draw a mountain for turn to slag.
Or, switcheroo with the Hatchling's fine too.
Sure.
Especially because 1 more mana we can do it again.
Should be nice. Interesting. So I do have a question. So Spell Twine, you have to copy something in their graveyard. And right now he's only got Plummet, which makes it a bit awkward.
So,
not that we can cast it now anyway, but we'll hope he casts some other.
You have to cap it. You have to cast the Plummet. So that's an interesting thing. I think we Divination here, see what we have. Leave the red open for Searing Spear.
Yeah, no, that seems good, because we really want to get that second mountain at some point. At some point.
This is not going very fast.
No. I'm just picturing some guy in real life, like sitting at a table, turning around and playing another game. Well, that was not ideal. Those are good cards, but I probably would have rather had a mountain in there. I will settle for drawing a mountain next turn.
Yes. Again, having 6 mountains hurts with turn to slag. I think that's the obvious lesson there. Even if he plays a spider, I'm okay with swinging into it and doing a Searing Spear. Not great, but...
We've already gotten our card in equalization for that because he wasted a spell on one of the Drakes. Oof. I mean, we're winning the game at this point, slowly.
Not so slow. I mean, we get him down to 6 this turn, we play a Welkin turn.
I suppose.
Not too much instant stuff he can do.
Yeah, we always have the chance to get him in range and just spear him out too.
Yep. Which we could possibly do next turn.
Next turn, yeah. Be great. I mean, at this point, even if there's a lot of things he could do that still just won't win him the game.
Yeah.
It's a pretty tough spot. I'm roll a 5 on the play, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think the obvious play is attack and spear. He could have the 5-drop that kills a guy and gains him 3 life, but at the same time he would have played it by now, so let's just end the game.
Yeah. To the dome! Or chest, like the art is, but either way. No, you look at the art, man, come on. Don't give me that look.
You look at the art, I look at the names.
All right.
I think we're a good team. So, looking at the board. So he's green-black. He didn't show us much. He didn't show much in the other games. I mean, he's got the spiders. Given the fact that he's got the spiders, I don't think, for example, Fairy Invaders is great.
No, it's not. I would have liked to see what more of his spells would be to see if Negate's worth anything, but I mean, we didn't really see a lot there.
At this point, I don't see anything that we should pull in.
No, not really. I mean, we don't want to be Reckless Brooding. We don't really want to be Harbor Serpenting, although that's not the worst thing we could probably do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of like where we are.
Okay. I'm not afraid to submit first.
That's right. Be bold.
We don't need to change a thing. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
After he mulls to 5 on the play.
Yeah, exactly.
The trash talk's definitely worth it. Elisra, if you're listening, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, sir.
Unless you win, then I'm not sorry.
Sir or ma'am.
Is Elisra a male or a female? You know, given Latin and Spanish roots, you would think it would be female.
You would think so. So we're calling you a woman, Elisra. Elisra.
Yes.
Elisra. Whatever.
I would think it'd be like Elisira, but there's no additional vowel.
It's not like an anagram or a palindrome. No.
Arsial? No. Liars? Liar?
Really?
Yes.
No. No.
What does it mean?
It means we're spending way too much time trying to
So
decipher this person's name.
While he's sideboarding, we might as well Google what he's trying to do. Sorry about that sound. Elsra. It is a premier supplier in Israel.
Leading global solutions. What?
When your title doesn't say what you actually do,
you're probably a consultant, which is another word for nothing.
Not gonna say it. Want to keep my job.
All right. I don't mean that to any of the consultants we might work with.
Yeah, I love consultants. They provide a valuable service, although I am not one of them. And
we're still waiting.
I think it's reasonable to assume that the big consulting company is double tabling at this point.
It's true. This is probably his global solutions plan, is to actually dominate on Magic Online.
This is fine.
Good.
And he went up a card?
That's weird.
I mean, I didn't notice he was at...
Yeah, he must have been like just double tabling and not paying attention really to his sideboarding. Or maybe she is in Israel and the lag is awful.
That's also true.
Not
yeah,
turned on at this point. But
I've grown to like Chronometron. I mean, it's a fine card. I mean, it's never really a 1/1, except when it attacks like this.
Except right now.
Yeah. But it can get bigger, which is nice. And the fact that we are going to take a couple damage. I don't think we encrust it at this point, but...
No, I think we wait for him to start pumping it if he's going to. Or he's going to go for a Centaur Courser. No.
Oh.
Whoa.
Huh.
Okay.
That's a thing.
That is something. Alright, so now he's got 2/2 Visionary. That's some nice synergy going on.
Yeah, and we're kind of in trouble in the fact that, we might have to encrust the Visionary.
Yeah, that's so gross.
Because we're so... it's 16 and 11 next turn, and we just don't have an immediate answer. Talran gets us maybe Switcheroo.
Yeah, and I mean, the other thing is he could hold it back if he wants to play a big spell, right? So I would probably just rather get...
Yeah.
No, wait, is that the one that adds mana for each?
So,
never mind.
So, but, I mean, what are we really getting that we've seen? We've only seen the spider in the big range.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather not take 2 every turn for the next 3 turns.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it's gross, but...
Gross, indeed.
It's just sad to have to do that. And he's laughing at us right now, is that pause you saw.
That's right. All those other pauses were also laughing at us. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's Talram. We can't actually block with it. And he switched to red.
I didn't even notice that. That's interesting. Maybe that was his extra card you brought in. He's like, whoops, accidentally brought in a mountain. Probably not. Jeez.
Visionary is really good right now, as it turns out. And then...
yeah.
So, that was nice. I guess, you don't...
He wants to pump his guy, I guess.
Yeah, and... Yeah, Talrand and Turn to Slag would be amazing. We just need another man of some kind at this point.
Another mana of red source.
Yeah, well, and then he that's fine.
Whatever.
Plummet's fine. I thought it was Syrian Spear, and I was just gonna cry a little inside.
You can let it out, man.
He's got something. Turn to Slag is what we need right now.
Yep.
So we are. We have to take this, and we have to hope for a Mountain or Switcheroo.
Yeah, I think so.
And even Switcheroo is really terrible right now because
We don't want to give him our Talon.
that's fine. We have to block, which is terrible, but. Oh, that encrust would have been nice.
It would have been. Woulda, coulda.
Yeah. So we have to block Archdruid and Visionary, and he wins anyway.
Yep. All right. GG, sir. Well earned. That
All
was
right.
an interesting
Yeah,
little
it was.
side in there. Arsonists?
No,
Up our mountain?
no.
gallery?
I think normal situations, since we have triple encrust, we have Searing Spears.
We do have an early game.
The red is fine for us, so I think we're okay.
All right.
Playing first helps.
Yeah.
It's good enough.
Good enough.
He could get there with awesome stuff, but
Well, we're not want for any lands, so
yeah.
it should be good.
Every time you keep a 5-land hand, what happens?
You draw the next at least 2 or 3 lands
In a row.
in a row. Yeah, naturally.
That's how it works.
33.3 repeating, of course.
Yep, every time, and every time I say that, and every time it happens, I don't think it's an actual thing, but you know.
It's fine. We're just drawing lands until we have enough to play our Sphinx, and we're going to get to play it in the last game, and it'll win the game for us.
And that's not great, but
He doesn't have a mountain just yet. We'll see.
True.
What if this guy was red all along? We just never saw it in any of the other games. There's no way.
That'd be pretty gross.
No mountain. Okay.
It depends on what he plays here. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm hard to encrust, but
Ugh. Looks like we're gonna bore.
Yeah.
Not to bore you guys, but more creatures is in store.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
The puns come free, guys.
That's right. Absolutely free.
So is it bore or encrust here? I think you're right with bore.
I think it's bore.
Yeah.
It's better use of mana. We can always encrust, and maybe we'll draw a Searing
Yeah.
Spear or something like that.
Yeah, Archdruid could get pretty gross here.
It could, but the encrust wasn't going to stop it.
I'm not too afraid of
2 damage, no.
no. But whatever coming with the Archdruid is obviously going to be a thing.
Something, yes.
Yeah, it's a spider.
Switcheroo?
Yeah, switcheroo for the spider.
I think so. Looks like a fair trade to me.
Yeah. Hello.
1, 2.
Have a flyer.
It's fine. They can still play together.
Yes, they can. And attack.
Yeah.
I mean, if he has 2 pump spells, but if he has a pump spell, he's gonna do fine anyway.
Yeah, I think so. I'm okay trading a pump spell at this point.
And which he has.
Yeah, naturally. I mean, he's got 5 cards, so they could be red cards, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if he's attacking at this point, he's got a
Oh,
pump
I
spell.
see what you mean. Yeah.
So what do you do here? Do you block,
Yeah, it's an
or
interesting
do we
question.
hold back the boar, block next turn, and make him use it, and encrust the welcome turn?
Yeah, because I mean, we can encrust like a madman now.
Yeah.
We're gonna turn on double encrust. I think we take this. I mean, what's the
Yeah,
worst?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is where he just.
Double pumps.
Yeah, exactly. Nope, he's not gonna waste it. Gonna play a guy.
That.
Oh, a ring.
So we can encrust that for now. Yeah, I mean we have to.
I think so.
And
It's interesting.
if he pumps the Archdruid, we can encrust both of those.
Yeah.
Because then and then we have Fairy Invaders coming back. Okay. Yeah.
Because we obviously can't sit back.
Yeah.
That was our plan, is to get in there.
I mean we have to get in there with Blade Dust Boar. That's pretty obvious. He's going to pump here. But I think getting the Archdruid and the Boar out of the way, making him have no green creatures and just a turn is really good for us right now.
Yeah.
Especially with Fairy Invaders coming back, because we have to be aggressive. I think we're still a little bit behind in this game, mainly due to the number of cards in hand, but it's better than where we're at.
Yeah, definitely. And Welkin turn against Fairy Invaders is not very fair for him, so let's just hope he doesn't have much else gas-wise.
Yeah, and unfortunately he does have gas because he didn't play a land last turn.
Yeah, that's true. Well, maybe it's gas he can't play.
True. And, I mean, he's on a 4-turn clock. Less with Fairy Invaders that he doesn't really know is coming. So.
Not great. I mean, at this point, do we just hold on to the island?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
The question is, do we block the turn with the Fairy Invaders?
I would say yes, because the upside is so good. Well, that's awkward.
Yeah, I mean, he gets us for 4.
Yeah.
Which is okay at this point. He's at 7. So the question is, he's at 7. Yeah, we blocked the turn. I mean, even now.
The upside is just so good. I mean, he might have Plummet or something like that, but all right, we're going to play into something here.
Yeah.
Please, sir, may we block your guy? Superior.
And if he doesn't have something, we take how much next turn? 6 exactly. That's awkward.
Very.
7. Yeah. Huh.
We need something.
Oh, we don't need something, so we attack with Boar this turn. Keep back the Invaders.
Yeah, I mean.
Or keep them both back, because yeah.
So I mean, what's he gonna do? That guy's got trample, right? So
Yep.
trample.
So he has 4, 5. He gets 5. If he has a pump, he wins. He had a pump. Block Visionary. So if he has removal, he wins.
So we hope he has no tricks. If he's got removal or a trick, he wins anyway.
He wins anyway because he kills the turn. Yeah, let's get in there just because.
Yeah, not that the turn can do any blocking anyway, so. Show us your cards, man. Come on.
Okay. Let's see what's going to happen here.
The pressure.
Yeah, I mean,
The suspense.
if he has it, he has it. Either way, we got to game 3 against a solid deck and
The third round, yeah.
pump spell.
Anything?
We're at 1. A mountain would have helped him a lot. Spider.
Frickin' spider.
He can't win anyway.
Either way. All right.
Holy crap.
Well,
Yeah, you need red mana. Wow. So we pulled this off with 3 lucky games. I'm going to...
for the win.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So we pulled this off. We made some mistakes. I'm going to click slowly here.
Yes, let's not throw it away and look like total fools for all of the internets.
We're good to hear?
I think we are. I think. Oh my god. He's making us go through the motions.
Yes, he is. And good for him for doing that, too.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's clearly reasonable.
Yep.
Well, that went well. We got lucky, admittedly.
Yes.
We bumbled our way through it.
Yes.
And we did win the 4 packs.
And we got some rares.
We did. We got some rares.
So that ends it for the first time. Thoughts?
My thoughts are that I liked our deck. It played fun at very least.
Yeah.
And the cards were solid. We got to check out some of the rares. I told you that it was going to be good. I told you that Spell Twine was going to be awesome.
So if we learned one thing from this, I think the fact that we drew Sphinx twice.
And couldn't cast
And
it.
couldn't cast it is 7 mana is a lot of mana in this format. I think
is.
6 is fine as long as you have like 1 because Spell Twine was good.
It's so hard though not to play it. It's so good though.
I think cards like
upside.
Sphinx are fine. I think that's a warning against cards like Dustdale Worm without ramp. I think it's, cards like that make it, and even Gorger at 6 is just hard to play.
The card not only has to win you the game, but it's got to actually be better than that. It's got to have some advantage other than play it gets killed and you're down a turn, which Sphinx would, but
yeah, you get the cards out of it too. So
it went well.
All right.
All right. We will see you next time then.
All right. Take care.
Bye.